guys, I'm Krista.
And I'm Haley.
And this is Cooking in the Cove.
Tonight we're making venison backstrap with a white wine sauce.
Alright, let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. Here I have some venison backstrap. I have soaked this in buttermilk for about 2 hours. That gets rid of the gaminess. I've got some fresh rosemary, some fresh thyme. You need some coarse salt, some ground black pepper, and some garlic powder. And I have some butter for a little bit later. First thing we're going to do is we're going to salt. Next, black pepper. Garlic powder. Alright, these are ready to go into our bag. When you sous vide something, you want to either use a Ziploc bag or you want to use a food saver. We're going to use the food saver today, which is the vacuum seal bag. Just slide both of them in. I've got some fresh herbs here. Throw in our thyme. Rosemary. And then we're going to add just a touch of butter. You don't want to do too much butter, but we're going to create a sauce a little bit later with these juices. So we want to get some of that extra flavor. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. We're just going to open this up, put it down, lock it in place, and then we're going to get the air out. And it will seal. Alright, this is ready. We have our sous vide set at 130. I'm just going to put this in the water bath. Let it go. All of it needs to be submerged. Clip it down, and then we'll let it go for about 3 hours. After that, it'll be cooked all the way through, and then we're just gonna sear it on the Blackstone. The last thing I wanted to tell you about is the reason you want to put it in either a Ziploc bag or a vacuum sealed bag is you want to get all of that air out. So if you're using a Ziploc bag, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start submerging your meat, leave a little bit of the bag open, and once your meat is submerged, it pushes all the air out. So then zip it up and make sure all the air is gone. That way what you're cooking is going to absorb all the flavors and cook in its own juices. That way it'll be super juicy. Okay, our backstrap has been in the sous vide for 3 hours. It's time to take it out. So we're gonna go right over here. And take these out. All right. cut these bags open and we're gonna empty out all the juices and the meat in here. And then once we get started with the meat, we'll use the juices for a great sauce. Alright, our venison backstrap has been fully cooked. It is 130 degrees all the way through it. I've emptied it out of the bags and I'm going to go ahead and put it on this paper towel. We want to get this nice and dried off because if you try to sear this straight on, it's just going to kind of steam it. It's not going to give it that nice seared crust. So we're going to dry it off and then we'll get it to the grill.
So now it's time to make a white wine pan sauce with those drippings that we saved from the sous vide bags. Here's the drippings. We have half of a small onion, some thyme, Dijon mustard, butter, and some white wine. All right, first thing we're gonna do is saute our onions and thyme together. We just want to do this until they get soft. Now it's time to add our white wine. We're just going to let it reduce by half, and that's how you know all the alcohol is out. This has been cooking for about 3 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and add our other ingredients. First, we have some Dijon mustard. Put that all in there. And we have our yummy drippings from our sous vide. We're just going to strain out all the herbs that were in the bag. It's not much. We're just going to get those out of there. We'll stir that in. And then we'll add some cold butter. And let that melt. It just needs to simmer for a few more minutes, melt the butter, and it will be ready to put over your venison.
Alright, our grill's nice and hot. You want it very hot to give it a nice sear. These do not take long per side. They'll be done in no time. The backstrap was on the grill for about 30 seconds on each side. We did all sides and the ends. We're gonna let these rest for about 5 minutes and then we'll cut it open and show you what it looks like. That looks perfect. Yum. Alright, our venison backstrap is perfectly cooked. One of the things about sous vide is it's perfectly cooked all the way from the top to the bottom. So when you're doing like a medium rare steak, it's only in the middle usually. This is all the way through.
Here we go. Y'all, I promise this is the way to cook backstrap.
It's so tender. It's absolutely delicious.
It's the best, seriously.
You guys try this recipe and let us know what you think. We'll see you next time.
Bye.